GUA. Perfect. Obviously, we have something different there. You would then look on your codon chart to see what amino acid would be added at that position. But I'll tell you that GAA is going to code for glutamate, and GUA is going to code for valine. So you have two totally different amino acids. And I can tell you just based on what I remember from them that their properties, their electronic positive and negative properties are totally different. One is an acid and one is a base, which means that you're going to have two totally different proteins that are made. This would result in a missense mutation because your proteins would be totally different. Cool?
Would it be bad, or do you just have a different?
Well, in this case, for this specific change that's happening at a point, this actually is happening on cells or on the gene of hemoglobin. And this happens not too often, but when it does happen, this causes someone to have normal hemoglobin. The individual on the right, though, would have sickle cell hemoglobin. So you can see that that one change is like extremely bad.
And it's just a different protein on there?
You're making a totally different protein.
And the protein
Well, let me put this, you're not making a totally different protein. You're making hemoglobin in either which case, but this hemoglobin is perfectly fine, and this hemoglobin is missing like one little piece in it. It's got a changed piece that's changing its shape just enough to prevent the binding of oxygen correctly. And so what this means is that the people with hemoglobin, with this hemoglobin that's messed up, the sickle cell hemoglobin, they're going to have an inability to carry around oxygen very well. So they're going to suffer from joint pain and a lack of oxygenation in their tissues that are far away from their lungs and heart. It's usually like an extremely difficult life for people that suffer with this. A lot of times we talk about the genetics of sickle cell, but it's also worthwhile mentioning that you could, in theory, have a mutation to form sickle cell. It would have to happen in gamete cells, but it is theoretically possible. Cool? We understand this principle of mutations. Sometimes they matter, sometimes they don't. Usually there's biological fixes to prevent them, so it works out fairly well. And of course this